With the disappointment that England didn't bring it home at the Euros, we look ahead to see how Football Manager thinks the World Cup 2022 will go. Will Gareth bring it home? Will Kane finally win a trophy? Let's find out. So let's see how England do at this next World Cup. We get to see who the squad is, how they get on, and ultimately where they finish in the tournament. So obviously it's only 18 months' time, so we've still got Gareth Southgate as manager. Many would agree, many would disagree. That is up to you. Personally, I think he did well, but he does have flaws in his game. Still got Harry Kane as captain and Jordan Henderson as the vice captain. Two very experienced players there. So we move on to the squad and let's see if there's been any changes. Obviously, some of these younger players will be older. Some of these players' form could have changed. Players who were maybe too young got into the team now. Maybe players who were old have just regressed and aren't in the team now. So we're going to see what's happened. So we'll start with the goalkeepers. They've got Forster, Pickford and Ramsdale. So no Dean Henderson. So I don't know what's happened to Dean Henderson at United. I mean, it can't have gone well, but he's not here anymore. Looks like Pickford's gone for the money move and moved to UAE. But after the Euros performance, where he got the Golden Glove and saved 2 of them penalties, it is pretty likely he's going to be the starting keeper again. We move on to the defence. We've got Harry Maguire and John Stones, along with Tomori too. So Tomori, he did have a good season with Milan, but he wasn't included in the team. So maybe he's progressed more, and he's actually in the team now. And he is a good partnership because, as we can see from here, he's got great pace, and that can really complement the likes of Harry Maguire, who is a bit on the slower side, but has many good attributes himself. So we'll move on to the defence. We've got Maguire, Stones and Tomori. Tomori's an interesting one. Obviously he wasn't included in the Euros squad, but he did have a really good season at Milan though. So whether that's just foreign biased because he was in a different league, possibly. But Tomori is a great asset because he's a bit of a road runner. You know, he's a bit of the... he's a fast boy. He's got 19 acceleration and 16 pace. And he's also very good all round too. So him alongside someone like Maguire, who can be described as a bit of a fridge at times, but is so important with his experience, heading, ability, etc. Could be a really good match. And obviously we've also got John Stones, who's also a fantastic player at Tottenham at the minute, but he has good tackling, as we can see. He's a great centre-back too. So really solid defence there from England. So we move on to the full-backs. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's 24 now. As you can see, stupidly good stats. Just such a good attacking player. And we've also got Chilwell on the left, who is a decent player too. He's still remained his spot in the team. We've got Reece James on the right as well, who's also a fantastic option. He's going to be really interesting to see how good he gets in the 18 months up to the World Cup and see how much he's going to challenge Trent. If people are giving Trent problems defensively, it will be interesting to see who will actually start in that tournament. But it does look like there's no Luke Shaw, which is very disappointment as the only guy to score a goal in the Euros final pretty much ever for England, I think. So debatable because I think he's world class, but on here he did not get into it. So we can move on to the midfield now. We'll start with Jordan Henderson. He's 32 at this point. He is that player so vital just for his leadership qualities. 19 leadership. He's very mentally good. He's very fit. Got a lot of stamina and just a class player too. So he probably is very important for this team moving forward. It's no surprise Declan Rice is in the World Cup. It's crazy that he's only 23 in 2022, so he's still so young, but after his Euros performance, there's no way he's not going to get into that team unless he drops off significantly. He's the best CDM we have, so defensive, so great at breaking up play, but isn't too bad at being a box-to-box either. Samuel Dyer has also snuck his way into the team. He has been absolutely abysmal in the Premier League. I was so happy he didn't actually go to the England squad, because I think he could have been one of them ones who gave us a big mistake and cost us. He's a centre-back, he's a CDM. They've probably put him here as a centre-back, considering there's only 3 others. He does have good stats on this, but looking at real life, you know, it's like a fridge, a bag of cement. I don't know what else you want to say about him. He's not amazing, he's not great. Unless he has a really big upturn in real life, this definitely won't happen. But never say never, he has been a good player in the past, and people have rated him. Joe Gomez is also an interesting one. He's one who can play left back, right back, centre back, probably CDM at some point in his life. So he's got fantastic stats, he's quite quick, he's quite strong, he has good passing, he's good on the ball, good tackling, good marking, and good heading. He's a really good all-rounder, to be honest. Obviously, we haven't seen him a lot because of his injury, but if he develops, we could see a back four that could be very different to the one we've seen. You got the likes of Tomori, Gomez, Maguire, and Stones, all fighting for 2 spots. But we have fantastic depth in that centre-back position. Will Joe Gomez be at the World Cup? Probably. I would say so, yes. James Ward-Prowse, another fantastic player. He didn't go to this Euros, which I thought was very unfortunate. I thought he offered something to the team that others can't. Obviously, he's got his immense free kick taking, corners, crossing. He is so good at that. That is his forte. He's got fantastic vision, and he's quite an experienced player, and he's become world class on here. So he is one to look out for the next tournament, because if we want someone really experienced, why not take him? Obviously, Mason Mount, another fantastic player, Champions League winner, played a lot of the tournament, fantastic passing, fantastic work rate. He's going to be really good, and only 23 at this World Cup. So it's going to be fantastic to see how much he develops in them 18 months, additional to how much he's developed already in a season or 2. Phil Foden, obviously a fan favourite. Everyone seems to love him at the minute. He obviously can play numerous positions, but Cam is probably the primary position I would play him. He's got really good dribbling, first touch, passing and technique, vision, good off the ball, good flair, good acceleration and pace. He's fast, he's tricky, he's skillful, he's technical, and you can see that he's developed a lot in these few months, and he's become even better if you compare his stats to when you start the season. And Jude Bellingham, one who's had a few games in the Euros, didn't play him all the time because obviously he is so young, but he is 19 at this World Cup. 19. And he's going to have another 18 months of development. It's going to be fantastic. This is one who could be started in the midfield, but we are to see. He hasn't got the best stats in the whole world on this game, but he is 19. I think in real life he's going to progress beyond what Football Manager predicts. Obviously, you don't want to go too far and be like, he's fantastic at 19. And you need room to grow, but I think he will far surpass the predictions of Football Manager. So we can move on to the wingers. We got Saka, one who was surprisingly played a lot more than we realised at this Euros. He's got such good pace, good dribbling, he's tricky. He needs to work a bit on his end product, but he is going to be fantastic and still very young again. So we move on to Sterling. Sterling, obviously the more experienced player, 28 now. He is a world-class player. He's fantastic. Does need to work on his final product, that is one thing. He just tends to have 10 shots to score 1, which isn't a fantastic return, but he does also score an assist in the match, so you sort of glaze over it. But if he was actually clinical, he could be one of the best players in the world, genuinely, because he gets that many chances. You know, we would just score so much. Marcus Rashford, again, another fantastic player. Just such a good pacey player. He can just run at people, scare the defence, and really cause them problems. We then move on to the strikers. We've got Harry Kane, 29 now, getting on. We know what Kane's good at: penalty taking, finishing, vision, passing. He's creative. He's got fantastic mental stats. One of the best in the world. and he will be so good and important for us going forward. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 25 now. Come on, really nice. Got good stats all round. Obviously not as good as Kane, but that is a high standard to put him to. And finally, Danny Ings at 30 has got in. Obviously a backup, but he's got immense finishing. He has been decent everywhere he's been, so you can't complain. He's a good backup. One thing I will say is there are a few players in here that are missing who you think would be in. You got Jadon Sancho, who's not in here. You got Calvin Phillips, who's not in here. You got Luke Shaw, who's not in here. Obviously, if one of them went in, someone else would have to come out. So that is the debate point. It's really strange that them players aren't in here. You think Phillips would get in here over a Dyer or a Ward-Prowse, for example, because Southgate likes him. You'd think Sancho would get in over someone like maybe Ings and have only 2 strikers instead. So that's an odd one. Obviously, in real life, I have no doubt Sancho, Phillips and Shaw will all be at the next World Cup. And we've also not got Walker and Trippier actually as well. Obviously, them two will be getting on at that point. But obviously, fullbacks is probably the position where changes are most probably going to be different. Obviously, they can't take them all. And considering how Trent, James, Chilwell all have time to develop, it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. So that is the squad for the World Cup. Overall, it's pretty good. I'd make a few changes myself, but this is what it's simulated. So let's see how they actually got on in the World Cup. Right, so let's have a look how they did. We can have a quick look at how everyone else did in the World Cup 2. Italy and Burkina Faso, whoever they are, literally no idea. Somehow got it through. Brazil and the US got through. Holland, Colombia. Jamaica, Portugal. Jesus, they had a good tournament. Wait a minute. 7-0. Jesus. Right. Sweden, Belgium, France, Morocco, Nigeria and Argentina. So they're all the teams who got through. Let's see how England did themselves. So it was again England, Croatia, Chile and Canada. I don't know why we keep getting Croatia. Slightly worried about that. We always seem to get Croatia for some reason. They are like the team that keeps popping up. They forever be haunting us for that semi-final loss. But on the plus side, we did beat them. So we beat Canada 3-0, we beat Chile 2-1, and we beat Croatia 1-0. 5 goal difference, conceding 1, scoring 6, 9 points. Can't ask more from that. So we're into the next round and the knockout stages, which is obviously fantastic to see. This is how I lined up in one of them group games just to see how it went. Got Kane, Rashford, Sterling, Rice, Mount, Henderson, Gomez, Tomori, Maguire and Trent, and Ramsdale in goal, which is surprising. But that is quite a good looking defence there. Gomez, Trent, Maguire and Tomori. That looks good. I like the sound of that. I wouldn't mind that at the next World Cup, especially for more progressive and attacking. But you can see the quality on the bench. Foden was on and scored a goal. He came on, which is fantastic. Lewin came on and did really well. So goals from Rashford, Trent and Foden in that Canada match. So in the second round, the first knockout round, they played Colombia and beat them 2-1, which is fantastic to see. A goal by Sterling and Rashford there. Again, pretty similar lineup, just Ward-Prowse in there this time instead. Oh, and the defence is quite different actually. Had James, Gomez, Rice and Chilwell at the back, which is very interesting. A lot different there. The USA beat 1-0 extra time. Yes, mate. Yes. You can have your independence, but you're not having the World Cup, mate. There's no way. Again, same front three. Trent in the middle this time, which is interesting. I mean, people have speculated Trent may move into the midfield at some point in his career because he's so good at attacking and going forward. So again, a completely different midfield. Gomez in the middle this time with Rice, which is crazy because you'd think Gomez You'd think Rice is more of a CDM type of player. And he got Chilwell on the left this time. Then the semi-final beat Portugal 1-0, just edged it out, which, you know, you got to do. Probably not as good as team as before. No Ronaldo in it this time, obviously a big advantage for England. Put Foden on this time as a start. Kane got the only goal, but you can't complain. In the 85th minute, penalty at the end, so late goal to put us through, but just edged them out. You cannot complain. Ward-Prowse, Mount and Henderson. Good team. Again, different back four. This area of the pitch seems to be changing a lot, but we've got so much depth in the squad. You know, this time on the bench you got Rashford, Bellingham, Calvert-Lewin, Stones, Tomori, Chilwell. You can just see how much you can rotate and keep the squad fresh, change it up for different teams. So it is really good to see, and that's something we can see going forward. There's no Grealish in this team, is there? That's another one who didn't make it, apparently, but I'd expect it to be there, especially after the Euros. He seemed so vital, and people think he should have been used more, and I do agree with that. Anyway, though, so yeah, this bit is changing so much. You got Rice and Maguire this time. Trent's back as a right back, going to the left back. So there's a lot of changing round, which probably would be a bit mad to do. Have a quick look at the winning penalty. Yes, Kane. Harry Kane. That must have been a moment. You can imagine the fans going absolutely wild for that match. Everyone would have been going mental with that goal. Right at the end of the game, World Cup final after the semi, everyone would be going crazy. And ultimately, England got into a final with Brazil. I saw they got this far. I was like, let's just go watch the match and see how it goes in real time. Neymar is doubtful, which is quite a good thing for us, to be fair. Not going to lie. So Brazil's a decent team to play. Obviously, likes of France, got knocked out late. Belgium, Holland, these sort of teams, which debatable who you'd rather have. I wouldn't mind a Brazil-England final. I think it'd be really interesting and cool to see. So let's see how it goes. And let's see if this England team can redeem themselves and bring it home. 90 minutes for the rest of your life, lads. 90 minutes to become immortal. 90 minutes to become the world champions, the best in the world, and bring football home. So it's the big match. Everyone's warming up. Let's see how it goes. Obviously, I have no control over this. I'm just simulating and attending the match. So we're just going to see how it goes. See how this team performs. Come on, England. Obviously, I have no control over this. I'm not managing it. Oh, what a ball! Oh, Sterling, come on. Mount here to Sterling. Oh, Sterling again. Ward-Prowse, what a good position for him. Oh, test the keeper, but not enough. It looks like England have had most of the chances so far, but here are Brazil. Militao puts it in Rosed. That is fine by me. Actually, I've just realised I actually don't know what the team is. So let me just have a quick run through that. So they've got Kane, Rashford, Sterling up front. That's been unchanged. Ward-Prowse, Mount, Henderson, Chilwell, Rice, Gomez and James with Ramsdale in goal again. And the Brazil team, Gabriel Jesus, Vinicius Jr., Coutinho, Gabriel Moreno, Casemiro, Arthur, Sandro, Ibanez, Fabinho, Eder Militao and Ederson. So, fantastic team there from both teams. I mean, if this was actually the World Cup final and England put this team, I'd be a bit confused with the likes of Sancho, Grealish, Phillips, Harry Maguire, all not playing, but, you know, it's a bit of fun. So I'll take it too serious. So far, though, 4 shots to Brazil, 3 to England. Pretty close game. Good counter, guys. This is a good chance. Get him. Yes. Sterling. Oh, bloody hell. Come on, work it again. Can do it. Oh, 0-0 at half time. Cagey match. Go on, Chilwell. Get it in. Rashford. Oh, straight to Ederson. This game could go to extra time. Getting late into the match now. I can't stand to see a bloody penalty shootout again after last time. That was just too much. Extra time. England versus Brazil. 0-0 in full time. Extra half. Extra time of the second half. God almighty, it's going to go to penalties at this rate. I honestly can't. Come on, Ward-Prowse, bung it in. Chilwell! Yes, mate. We've scored. This is why you take Ward-Prowse. Elite deliveries here. Look at this. Fucking hell. Beautiful. Straight on the foot of Chilwell, who bungs it in. Oh my god, yes. Just defend, lads. Defend. Could be coming home. 5 minutes till it comes home. Oh. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Yes! Come on. Football came home. We win the World Cup, lads. It's written in the stars. Football Manager predicts everything. Honestly, look at this. Come home. We're going to have Ramsdale in goal. We're going to have Ward-Prowse delivering the ball for the winner. And, yes, come on. Gareth Southgate, World Cup winner. Rain that confetti down. They are the scenes I'm going to see in 18 months' time. Don't be too sad, guys, about the Euros. Don't be too sad, because it's going to come home. It's going to come home.